Hello, good morning, or maybe it's afternoon, evening, middle of the night. We all know everybody crafts at different times. Anyway, today I wanted to come to you with a quick video using the new Pretty Medallion stamp set. This is going to be the bonus class I'm using for my monthly club for September. So if you're not part of monthly club, I will have all the info, the link you can click on to find out all the info about monthly club. Anyway, I wanted to do a couple, I already designed the cards we will be using for the bonus class, but I had a few extra, so I thought today I would come to you with a quick video. The one we're going to do, we're just going to use blending brushes to add some ink to the stamp our phrase. Oops, that's my little notes of what colors I used. And then I did stamp the design right down in the corner too for the inside. And then the next one, and these are both very quick, simple cards. This one is with the brushstroke DSP paper, and I don't know if you can really see the pattern on this paper or not, but it has a little bit of texture to the background. Simple card. You could whip up so many of these. I stamped it with the Whisper White. How many of you have this ink pad and haven't used it? Now, the one thing about this ink pad, when you do go to use it, you might have to re-ink it because it does dry out quickly. But this one, I think we forget about. Now, I could have stamped it in Versamark and embossed, but I thought it worked great just stamping it very simple, just like this. So, we are going to go ahead and get started. Now, I'm using the Stamparatus. Cooper, go lie down. Sorry, I have my helper in here today, and I shut the door when I record. And of course, he decided he wanted to go out, but he's not going out right now. So real quick, let me grab, here they are. I was going to put a new sheet on, so let me go ahead and grab a new sheet here, just real quick. I have been finding for a lot of these big, bold stamps that the Stamparatus makes it so much easier to stamp with. Now, this particular one, you could stamp without it, but I just chose to use it. Now, you'll see, like when you get your stamp, it is going to be it's going to be big. I didn't even put the label on mine yet. And that's because I trimmed mine. And you'll see it here when you see it. So I went and trimmed around it. I was afraid all that rubber on there, that you would end up, when you go to ink it, you would end up with rubber in places you don't want it. So I ended up trimming it around. If you decide to trim it, you could put your label on first, because the label is the full size of the rubber that it would be. I know it's hard to see on here, but the label is actually this big. So if you are going to trim it, if you're one that puts the labels on. I know some people don't put labels on at all. I kind of go back and forth with it. Okay, so I know some people start, in a corner. I tend to go one down, one up, but it just depends on what I'm doing. For this one, I don't know that it matters. It's just a big stamp, so I put it a little bit further out away from the edge of the Stamparatus, but whatever works for you. Now, I already have mine mounted on here, so I can tell, whoops, except my words are in the wrong spot. My words are going to go about right there. So I can already tell that this is going to fit perfect for where I want it. I'm going to flip this over so that that's out of the way. This should be good. I'm going to come down just a little bit further with my words because I'm going to stamp the words probably about the same time. Okay, I think I'm good. Now, we are going to use, for this first card right here, we're going to use Calypso Coral, So Saffron, and Mango Melody. Bring this in so you can see it just a little bit, and I'm going to set it over here. Now you're probably, let me take a gander here. I'm going to move a couple things out of the way. I'm going to move the card out of the way for a minute because I'm going to slide this over so you can see what I'm doing. Otherwise, you won't be able to see everything. And we're going to use blending brushes. These are ours. I have an off-brand also because I had blending brushes before we came up with them. And so I use both. I definitely do like ours. But right now I kind of tend to use whatever, since I have them, I use both. Okay. There's no right or wrong way to do this. We're just going to do a hit and miss. Here, I'm going to bring this in so you can see the card while we're inking some things up. So I'm going to start with the Calypso Coral. And again, I'm going to kind of start right here in the center. And maybe I'm going to bring a little out in a couple directions. Like I said, no right or wrong. And then I'm going to bring in the So Saffron and just kind of blending it around just like this. And then the Mango Melody around the whole outside of it. So now the nice thing here, you can decide, you don't have to stamp or put the ink on your phrase yet, but I'm going to go ahead. And you could use the ink pad to do that. Now I'm going to move this out of the way. And I'm going to huff on it just a little bit. So I apologize. Top of my head will probably be in the camera. Just to put a little bit of moisture on there. The nice thing is that we're using the Stamparatus. So I just grab a squirt bottle to run across the top. It works great. Whatever you have to add some pressure to it. The nice thing about using the Stamparatus, as I was going to say, is you can add more ink if we're not happy. So as we see, like over in here, little light, little light. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to put some of that on the inside. And I am going to go around and add some more there. And I'm going to push it down again. Add some really good pressure. And now we're starting to build up. So let's do a little bit more with this Mango Melody on the outside. Now you could use sponge daubers. The sky's the limit, honestly, on how you want to do this. There's no right or wrong. And I have to say, the ones I came up for my bonus class are awesome. I just really love them. I had a hard time picking, but I did pick for bonus class. It always includes the stamp and the supplies to make 4 cards. So I always have a hard time trying to decide. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of yellow here, which is right here. A little bit more of that So Saffron right there. There we go. I'm kind of liking that. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of the, there we go, that darkened it up, of the Mango Melody. And I think I'm going to just rub that just a little bit. Oh, now you see what I did there? That sucks. Because what that means is I have to flip it. Can't believe I did that. I put too much pressure down right there on my word. But it'll be a quick, now we get to make it twice, and it'll be a quick fix. Okay, I am going to make sure that's cleaned, and we're going to go back, put that there. Our So Saffron is going to go around the edge, and our Mango Melody is going to go around the edge of it. Sorry, the So Saffron is in the middle. Let's try it again. Round 2. It's good. It doesn't take very long to make it. I like the word. Turned out much better. I'm not going to add any more ink to that. I am going to, however, go around the edge and make this Mango Melody pop up just a little more. And I might have to fill in just a little So Saffron right over here, but we'll see how this turns out. There we go. Okay, I think we might have it. There we go. I like it. I'm happy. We will pull that out. I'm going to set this aside over here, out of the way. Oh, one thing. Nope, I'm going to bring it back. So the one thing we're going to do is take the inside piece, and I was trying to remember how I did it. Here, I'm going to pull this up off of there, and all I'm going to do is take a little bit of that, of Mango Melody, and a little bit of So Saffron, and I just take the corner. Now I know I want it to be in this corner, so I'm just going to take this, rub it with my fingers right there, and just get a little bit, and that's what we end up for the inside. And yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit lighter right there. It's okay. It's all good. It's the inside. Now we are going to layer this up on a piece of basic black. Here, let me bring in the sample again. So here's our inside piece. Bring in our Stamp and Seal Plus. I prefer to use the Plus. I like how it rolls better than the Stamp and Seal, but bring in your favorite adhesive. Attach that to the inside. Like I said, quick, simple. This was looking so good until we did that, our little boo-boo. 2 sides to every piece of paper, most of the time. There are a few times where sometimes you can't always flip it. Depends on, there are times, let's put it that way. All right. I got a little bit hanging over there. Just tuck it under just a little bit. So, I'm Debbie from craftyourcreations.blogspot.com. I guess I should have introduced myself at the beginning, huh? Silly me. And you can find me on Facebook at Craft Your Creations with Debbie, but I'll have all those links below too. And I'll have the link for Monthly Club. Just a real quick about Monthly Club. It's $38 a month. You make 5 cards, 2 of each. We have a private Facebook page, and you get to pick the bundle we're going to use, you know, the month coming up. So I let everybody vote on their choice. I don't pick it. I put the choices out there, and then everybody votes, and that's what bundle we end up using. So I think it works out pretty good. Everybody seems to be happy with that. But if you're interested in giving it a try, I will have the link below. Now we're just going to add a couple of the iridescent pearls. Always got to have bling. And right now, this week, September 1st through the 7th, we have weekly specials going on. Stampin' Up's running for the whole month of September. We're going to have weekly specials. So that's really cool. I'm going to add another one right here. There we go. So I'll have the link for that at my online store too. So, and if you don't follow me, make sure you click on the little like button and subscribe. Don't want to miss any great videos. All right, there we go. Here was my first one. Not as much of the Mango Melody here, but here's my second one. But you could do this with so many different colors. Oh, sky's the limit. Okay. Now we're going to bring this back in, and I am going to clean it really quick with our chamois. because then I'm going to ink it up with the Whisper White. So let's just close that down for a minute and see if I got it nice and clean. Hopefully. Yeah, I think that's... I mean, it looks like I might still have a little bit on there, but I don't think so. I just had cleaned my my chamois the other day, so they should all be nice and clean, but just in case here. Okay, I think we're good. Now we're going to bring in, remember this is the brush stroke DSP. Now this DSP here real quick, it comes in 3 colors. It comes in Night of Navy, Soft Succulent, and Blushing Bride, I think it is. Just let me look, see if I got those right. Blushing Bride, Night of Navy, and Soft Succulent. Woohoo! And again, I'm not even going to adjust the stamp where I have it. I'm going to kind of let it hang off again. This stamp is a huge stamp. So if you were to stamp the whole thing and wanted the whole thing on a card front, you'd be making a bigger card. It wouldn't be our normal size of, you know, 5.5 by 8.5 folded in half type of card, because it is big. So it's always nice to stamp it off just a little bit in any direction that you might be going. All right, put this underneath here to help support the hinge on the Stamparatus. Now, I have been using my Whisper White, so I think it'll probably be good. And you'll see. It might look like it's a little dry, and you do have to put some pressure. You just have to be careful you're not putting too much pressure, because you don't want to get really thick blobs of the white. So I'm just kind of tapping it, tap, tap, tap. And again, just like the other one. Oh, one thing I forgot. So on this one, I put the happy birthday. Now the words are from the go-to greetings. I'm just going to lay that there, and I'll pick it up after my first time here. Yeah, that should work. I love this stamp set. Go-to greetings. This pretty much got everything you need. Happy birthday, thinking of you. Just a note. Thank you. Hello. I wish the hello was in all the different sizes, just like everything else. But, I mean, there's a couple other phrases I tend to go with, but these are really like my favorites. It's my go-to stamp set. Okay, there's our start. And this time I'm going to ink up the words, and I'm tapping very gently so that I don't get anything on the sides of the words. And again, just using my squirt bottle here to add some pressure. And right here is where I need to add more pressure and maybe just a little bit more ink. So I'm going to go back over it one more time. That time it got a little thick. Add a little bit of pressure there, and we'll see where we're at. Yeah, see, it got really dark over there. And it's okay if it's not all even, like lighter in some areas and darker in others. There we go. I'm going to go with that. I think that looks awesome. I think it looks great. Let's pull this up. And this is what it looks like. Now, I'm going to close this up before I put something in it. We're going to move this out of the way. I'm going to hit this with the heat gun, only because I got a little thick on the sides over there. It will dry, and it doesn't take it that long to dry, but I'm just going to hit it real quick just to get it to dry. Let's bring in this so you can see what it looks like. because then all we're going to do is add some adhesive, and we're going to add it to a thick basic white card base. I love this paper. I have used it many times with little things like this, stamping on it. I think it's a perfect way to use this paper. Okay. Like I said, this is going to be really, really simple here. I didn't touch it to make sure it was dry, but I'm pretty sure it is. I don't see any residue like coming up, like a little bit of, I got a little bit of smudging going on there, but not bad. Not like one I made. One of them I made, and I did send it off. It went off to one of my September birthday card club people. I got a little smearing. I flipped it. I had flipped one and it wasn't quite dry, and then I flipped another one, and it picked up the residue of that particular card. So yeah, I ended up with a little bit of white, extra white spots on the back, but that's okay. There we go. There's our card. And again, we're just going to come in and add some of the iridescent pearls. I love these pearls. I think these are awesome. They have certainly replaced the basic white pearls for me. These are the ones I pull out all the time. I hope these stay around for a while. There we go. I mean, you could stamp this big bold stamp on, here I have another one I'm going to show you. This one is in black and just on watercolor paper I had done in the background. But what a great way to use up some of your watercolor paper. This stamp, you could put it on the Stamparatus, like have a bunch of watercolor designs already done up, and just stamp, 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 make 4 or 5 cards, tie some ribbon around it, and you got a great little gift. But yes, this is awesome. So if you haven't tried the Pretty Medallion and you want to give it a try, you could join Monthly Club for September and then add on the bonus class, and you'd be playing with this. Don't want to give you any sneak peeks of what the bonus cards are, because that will ruin it for my monthly clubbers. But thank you so much for joining me today. And if you have any questions, just let me know, and I will put the links down below for the specials that are going on for this week, or all of the specials that you'll see throughout September. And my monthly club info. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. Talk to y'all later. Bye.